Thomas Gray Boardman, Baron Boardman MC, TD, DL. PC was an English Conservative politician and businessman. Boardman was born into a Northamptonshire farming family, and lived in the county all his life, becoming Deputy Lieutenant of the county in 1977, and High Sheriff of Northamptonshire in 1979. Military and political service. During the Second World War he served in the 1st Northamptonshire Yeomanry. He joined the regiment as a trooper, but was selected for training at Santiston, was commissioned as a second lieutenant in the regiment on the 14th of September 1940. He won the Military Cross in Normandy during Operation Overlord, in the early part of the operation to trap German forces in the Falaise Pocket. By this time he was an acting captain. He was detailed to act as navigator for 4 armoured columns formed from his own regiment, and 1st Battalion Black Watch. The columns were to take Sodacan and Cramesneil, about 20 kilometres south of Caen. On 6 and 7 August 1944 he conducted reconnaissance in no man's land, despite German fire, to allow him to find the route in darkness. He then successfully led the columns forward on the night of 7/8 August, several times dismounting from his tank, and going back on foot to find parts of the columns which had lost touch. Again he was under German mortar and machine gun fire. On the 8th of August his squadron beat off a heavy counterattack. The citation for his MC gives much of the credit for this, and the destruction of 12 German tanks, to him. His MC was gazetted on the 21st of December 1944. Boardman was later the commander of the Yeomanry when they became part of the Territorial Army. In peacetime he qualified and practiced as a solicitor in Northampton, and served on the boards of several companies, including Allied Breeze. After 2 unsuccessful attempts, in a 1967 by-election he won the parliamentary constituency of Leicester South West for the Conservative Party, holding the seat in the subsequent general election in 1970. In 1972, he was made Minister for Industry, and a month before the February 1974 general election, he became Chief Secretary to the Treasury. In the October election of the same year, he lost his parliamentary seat to the Labour Party's Jim Marshall. Later life. Boardman returned to the world of business, rejoining Allied Breeze and several other companies, and was president of the Association of British Chambers of Commerce for 3 years from 1977. He joined the board of the National Westminster Bank in 1979, and became chairman in 1983, leaving in 1989 in the wake of the Blue Arrow scandal. Although not personally implicated in the fraud, and ignorant of any wrongdoing, Boardman chose to resign a few months before his term of office was due to end. Although he never rejoined the House of Commons after the 1974 defeat, Boardman remained politically involved. Announced in the 1980 birthday honours, he was created a life peer as Baron Boardman of Wellford in the county of Northamptonshire on the 10th of July 1980, and the following year he became joint treasurer of the Conservative Party. After leaving the NatWest Bank, he was active in the House of Lords almost until his death, being on the socially conservative and traditionalist wing of the party. He was a keen huntsman, riding with the Pytchley Hunt well into his retirement. Legal significance. Boardman is also noteworthy in being the Boardman in Boardman v. Phipps 2 AC 46, a leading case on fiduciary duty and constructive trusts, although he was ultimately required to account to the trust for additional benefits that accrued from his actions. The courts commended him for the service he had delivered to the beneficiaries, to whom the court held he owed fiduciary duties. Personal life. Boardman married Deirdre Charworth Masters in 1948, and the couple had 2 sons and a daughter. Arms.